There are people who
Across
come out and
oceans and
say
borders,
that
our stories travel
me,
with
my
us.
mother, how can I not give her money?
This is
How can I have
Diaspora
to build for
Dialogue,
her house?
a
How
home
she
for
did all
voices
this for
shaped by
me?
movement,
First of all,
memory, and
your mother
identity.
had you for her,
Here,
not for you.
we speak truth.
Money is supposed
We
to go
celebrate
downwards,
culture.
not
We
upwards.
connect past,
And this is okay
present,
for a
and
generation
possibility.
that did not have financial literacy
These
training.
are global African
Now I'm
stories,
telling you, Chibuka
unfiltered,
and friends,
powerful, and real.
when you're giving your parents money, sending money to whoever you're giving them to look after them, can you set also aside money that is going to look after you at a time when you're not going to be making the same money anymore? Every time you hand over money to family members and relatives, can you also have another part on this arm? The left hand gives your mother and father and your siblings and pays for their school fees. Can the right hand also keep money aside for a time when you're going to be there?
Yes, I do agree, and in certain extent, yeah, I do agree in some levels, to be honest, because I did like she said it there. If the left hand is providing and supporting extended family, the right hand should be also contributing or saving or supporting your own family for tomorrow, some rainy day time. But at the same time, I don't think conscious people supporting family is a problem of them managing to save something for themselves and their own family too. Because you can do both if at all God bless you to do both. But if at all you're not blessed to do both, you have to balance it. So the question is, where do you draw the line? You know, and how to manage the extended family responsibilities that you might or you want to support or contribute towards to, and your own, which are your basically your main priority. Because let's say for a man with a wife and kids, that's his first priority. But if God bless that man to able to support the family, the extended family like mother and father, so be it. Should be blessed too. But I don't think it's a bad thing. But she does have a point, because we do see some people that will like do everything and go out for the world for their families and everything when they had it. Now they lose everything. Their own family, kids and wife and kids don't have even that much even to go with. And they will not have any support coming back from the people they used to support. So yeah, so I do agree with in certain extent to what she's saying.
Yeah, I really do think that the thing is, I will say it is program. Like if your parent has brought you to this world and they are raising you and they are busy feeding these things in your mind to tell you that, you know what, when you get a job, I want you to build a house for me, I want you to buy me a car, I want you to do this for me, I want you to look after your sister, I want you to look after this one. So you grow up with that pressure already, that, you know what, you got responsibilities to do when you grow up. You know, and now there are people now, because of that mindset, there are people who will be like, when they're working, that is the only thing that makes sense in their world, and that's the only thing that they're gonna go for. And yeah, they're gonna do that first. I want to buy my mom a house. I want to build. You know, I want to get my dad a car. I want to do all of those things, and end up not doing anything for themselves, because the parents, number one, as the lady said, the parent, they brought you to this world for them, not for you. So all the things that they're projecting on you, it's basically the things that they failed to acquire for themselves. Now you need to do that for you, for them. When are you gonna do things for your generation? By your generation, I mean, when are you gonna do things for your family, for upcoming family, for your kids and that? We have seen a lot of these scenarios. It happens. People are working. They had a good job, and in well, and the only thing that they prioritize most of the time will be definitely the family they're coming from, rather than the family they're gonna have in the future. they prioritize moms, sisters, cousins, whatever, paying school fees for their children because maybe they don't have children at the moment and all of that. And then comes rainy days and they don't even have a house of their own. They don't even have a car of their own. They don't even have none of these things that, you know, they have accumulated for themselves when they were working. Because truth be told, isn't it, the job doesn't last forever.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
in the meantime, while you're working, you definitely, I think somehow the mindset should be corrected. The
No, but-
times,
Yeah.
the mindset should be corrected. The times when our parents, you know, when they were brought up, of course, probably they had accumulated the lands and all of that. But this generation mostly is coming from after all of those things were being taken away from them. So this generation is coming from probably
You do have a
struggling
point
single,
there. Yeah.
you know, parents, no land, no this, no money, poverty. This generation is mostly coming from that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everyone, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just saying
That's
on
few.
abroad. You
Yeah.
see, exactly. So now, if you're basically, especially like as a firstborn, you are first graduated home. This is the generation we have. Everybody at home has never been to the university. You're probably the first one to go to the university. You're probably the first one to nail that job. You know what?
High expectation.
Too much. Too much.
No,
too
but I
much.
do agree with what you're saying. But you wanna tell me now, yeah? So parents, whatever everything a parent go through, a child, provision and everything, night and day, sleepless, whatever, pain, so everything. Like the child should just grow up, become successful and all, and just like, yeah, you guys did your job, thanks. But my money, my thing is my thing.
It's the parents' choice, and the thing is that, which is misleading, they have projected that on the child that, you know what, you should be grateful that we're raising you. I mean, you are doing your job, you're doing your part.
But hold on.
yeah.
For me, it will be selfish. If at all you don't have it, I don't think any parents would hold any child responsible or that expectation or that put that pressure on the child to say, you know what, we have raised you, we have done everything we could do. It's your turn now to just take it up from here. Unfortunately, some families are like that. They don't have the choice. They didn't have that financial literature and all that stuff. But now you're talking about now good family, send their kids to school, graduate with all the masters and degrees. Yeah, flying colors, good job, successful, able to provide for himself and his family, his immediate wife and kids and that. And yet still refuses to support the mother and father that raised the family. See, that brought him to life.
No, that's different. That's different because
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can understand the concept of like, if at all you're in a position now to able to do so, yeah, make sure you are also keeping rainy day for yourself and your family. You can't be just that dumb and that fool to say, hey, you know what, we're doing everything now.
yeah.
And then you're taking care of these people. Yeah, you're taking care of your own too, but you're not saving for the rainy day. And like I say, some people, when they have it, they will help everybody, and when they don't have it anymore, nobody comes to your help. So at the end of the day, you need to still reserve certain things or preserve certain things for the future of you and your family.
Yeah, but what about somebody who's not groomed to preserve certain things, or you know, like how you have explained it for the future?
I don't believe you
How
have to be
about
groomed.
somebody?
I don't believe you have to be groomed.
You don't
I think
it
it's
starts,
natural.
You don't think it starts at home?
I think it's natural. I would just even put it in this way. Let's say now, yeah, you're raised by a woman and a man, yeah, a husband and a wife who were, let's say, adopted you. They are not your biological parents. They just adopted you, but you don't, like when you're a toddler, baby, and they raised and provided everything for you. You want to tell me you're gonna become successful and say, oh no, you guys just did your job? No, there's something. There will be something in you, yeah, whether they're biological parents or no, in you to say, you know what, I'm proud of my parents. I'm gonna proud to support them and do that. But the question is now, yeah, her argument is me. What I'm getting is like, you should not even do it. But no, I won't say that because he did say if your left hand is scratching here, make sure your right hand also is scratching there. Which is, yeah, I agree with that. That makes sense. But that is if you can. If at all you can do, I think you should prioritize yourself first and the future first until you make it. If at all you can do that. But some people cannot do that.
Yeah.
They just cannot do that because of the, like, you call it what, grooming.
No, I mean like, but do we understand that there are parents, black parents, who, when the child is growing, they condition the child to know that when they start working, they need to give back. They need to do things for them. Because guess what? A parent is going to tell the child that, you know what, I'm sweating my ass off for you. Doing this, doing that for you. Put you to school. All of that. So when you're working, I'm expecting that you do A, B, and C for me. All of that. So the child already knows.
I don't agree that's black parents only. I think that's a parent instinct to know that at the end of the day, your kid is successful. You need to enjoy the fruit of the labor.
Yeah, but is it something that you should project on your child? And guess what?
No,
this is what
I don't
happens
know.
now.
You
This
don't
is
have
what
to
happens.
project it on the child. That's not the case. We are now, go out there, you need to make and bring it home. No.
Y-
But as a parent, it's a pride to see your kid successful, coming and looking after you. Like, not like, okay, check is here, that, or mom, half is yours. Not like that. But being appreciative, you coming, spending time with you, buying you stuff, buying you gift like you on your birthday, stuff like that, sending you on a holiday, stuff like that. If at all you can afford them.
Yeah, you know, there are people who are working and they know that half of their salary or even more needs to go to their parents because that's what they were programmed.
Yeah, family.
To the point
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they're not even planning to do their own things. They are doing, oh, you know what, I need to do this for my mom. And they don't even see anything wrong with that because guess what, it's just been what's been put on the table for them that this is what you need to do when you start working. And now this affects people who cannot do both. I'm talking about people who are
Yeah.
earning like
Yeah.
average, you know, or average class, not people who are like very, very high successful.
Yeah.
They can do both. I'm talking about
Yeah.
people who are just standard people, like they can do what they can with their salary that they're
Yeah.
getting. Now this affects them because guess what? At the end of the day, they have nothing because everything is going to mom, is going to my sister's siblings,
Yeah.
is my sister's kids, it's going to their siblings.
Yeah.
All that sort of thing. That's they are not building things for themselves.
And that shouldn't be
guess
though.
what?
That
And
shouldn't
guess
be,
what?
unfortunately.
What happens is now is when that person, which we have seen a lot of times, they lose a job or something. Yeah, lucky for you if you have a family who had appreciated your efforts when you were working, that's even when you don't have a job, you're still part of the family.
Yeah.
But mostly we have seen a time that those people who are doing all of those things and once they lose their job,
Yeah,
they become nobody.
Yeah, people tend to turn their backs on them.
Exactly, they
Yeah.
become nobody. They come home sleeping at the back room. You know, the nieces, the nephews are no more respecting them.
Yeah.
Nobody, even the mom. You know, they just like, you know, life is moving on. Yeah, you lost the job, so what? Life is moving on. It's not the same as when these people were caring for them, putting their own needs
Yeah.
aside and catering for them.
So the diaspora now, like the people us in the diaspora, so now it is okay to support the family back home, but you need to remember to save for your family, your own family, your own self. Make sure tomorrow you have something you can go back to rely on or put your head on and just say, thank God. You know what I'm saying? And you can provide for yourself and your own kids and wife or husband, whatever the case is, you know. Basically, that's what I get in this in her, like, do not overdo it to the point now you become a victim of just being good
Great,
or trying to help everybody.
great.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, you're not God, you're not Jesus Christ, you're not Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you better put some rainy thing for yourself, have an umbrella for your rainy days.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
When
get
you
that.
are old yourself, and then the people you were looking after cannot look after yourself, you better have some cash in there
Yeah.
to do that for yourself. Because sometimes you might sacrifice everything for your kids, you're looking after them overly, but that doesn't mean they're gonna do the same thing for you.
And this generation is different anyway.
So
This
different.
generation is different. 90% of this generation, they're doing for themselves.
Yeah.
I agree the fact that this generation, most of this generation don't have, especially like the diaspora, like send money a lot back home.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the fact that it's culturally like it's something expected, like you need to look after the family. You need to have to support the family. But where's the line? Where's the drawing line to say, okay, I need to start making to prepare myself also, for tomorrow, so that when I'm normal in that physical, to be walking, to be doing what I'm doing now, I have somewhere to call my own. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Looking after yourself, you are stable financially, most importantly, at the end of the day, financial freedom, financial stability, but I do agree with what he's saying, but at the end of the day, I don't think you should stop supporting your family.
Yeah, the thing is, sometimes there's really no manual to it, because as much as probably you can, put aside for rainy days and things like that, there comes a point where you have to do emergency things, like your mom is sick and you probably have to pay
things happen.
80,000, 40,000, surgery for certain things, and you have to do that. But for me, honestly, I don't think it should be looked as you have to support your family, but it should be looked as you can support your family, but not that you have to. I mean, you're not the only one in that family. Every man for
It's
himself.
when you can. You have to when you can.
You can, if you can.
Yeah.
You can give here and there, maybe your mom, your dad, and but the things that we see, people going out to strive, and they have just so much pressure of looking after their siblings, their siblings' children, paying school fees for them, all of those things.
It's called the
These
village.
things do happen.
A village race, you know what I'm saying? We raised by a village. It's called a village.
Well, in
Amen.
this time and day, honestly, we're living in. I mean, honestly, no.
We agree to disagree, because for me, still, family come first, and you always have to be there for family. You know what I'm
And they're
saying?
gonna be there for you.
That is not your yours to worry. At the end of the day, how true to yourself are you with everything regarding your being? So doing the right thing, no matter how painful it might be to you, and because you're not doing to expect a return, because you're doing it from your heart, So if you're doing it from your heart, no matter what the other side does, it will not affect your core being. That's because you stayed true to yourself, because you wanted to support. So if at all you did that, trust me, they can not. No one can take that away from you. No one. You know what I mean? So you just stay to yourself. If you can't support, go ahead. You need to support your family. You can't leave your family alone after all the struggle they're going through to see you in this world successful and going in life. They have a level of, you know what I'm saying, degree of like, you need to not like pay us back, but show some gratitude in some shape or form.
Okay, so you support if you can,
Yeah,
not
definitely.
because you have to support.
If you don't have it, how can you do?
Yeah.
But if you have it, you have to. That's what I'm saying. If you have it, you have to. Yeah, you have to.
By have it.
Having means like you are financially stable, If you have it, if you are really financially stable, there's no ifs or buts or maybes. When a family is in Christ and you are financially stable, let's say now mom needed up, and you are financially stable and
Yeah,
you can
that's
cover that,
different.
and you are telling me, oh no, you have done your thing, thank you, this is my thing. No, unacceptable.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different. It's just
So
I
that's
think
what it means. Like if you can,
if you can,
then you have to. It's a
but not
must.
to have probably where you are paying for your siblings, sisters, and yet you cannot even do anything for yourself.
Oh no, that one, like you have to be able to do something for yourself to do something for somebody else.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That is
So,
just the main
charity
thing.
begins at home.
Yeah,
You
that
know
is
what I'm
just the
saying?
main
So,
thing.
yeah.
Exactly. And usually in most of the cases, people who are working, they have abandoned or neglected that side that, you know what, for you to be able to do these things first, you need to be able to do things for yourself. They just think that, okay, now I am working, everybody at home who needs money, spray all over.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sending whatever, half of my salary to my mom. Oh, my sister has this problem, but they cannot do those things for themselves. There are people who are just working for their families, because that is the program.
Well, that's how it is. That's how it should go. If I told like, yeah, you have that, because all we got is family at the end of the day. No matter how where you go, you come back. You're gonna come back home. All you have is family. So if you can do support, work with your umbrella. Make sure you save an umbrella for yourself for rainy day. Yeah, because I'm not expecting to be paid back for any good I do for anybody, whether family or not. If they do good to me back, wassalam. If not, I'm keeping it moving. I got my umbrella. You know what I mean? So I think the moral of it is like, help if you can, but help yourself the most.
First, yeah.
First and foremost. Yeah.